Hey, everybody, welcome to Pink Shade. It's Monday, Mugshot Monday. It's a national holiday and it's
hmm
Inauguration Day.
Happy MLK Day.
And happy MLK Day
hmm
to everyone who celebrates because
Everyone.
it's a double holiday because Inauguration Day
Yeah.
is usually a holiday and MLK Day is usually a holiday. So
hmm
actually, we
hmm
kind of got ripped off because normally you would get two holidays.
Not this time.
Nope, this time they came
Nope.
together and it's ironic,
Yep.
but that's
I
fine.
think it's very ironic.
And all of the flags are supposed to be flying at half staff for
hmm
the California fire victims. But then they're saying they're not going to do that for the inauguration. Then the inauguration got moved inside because it was going to be too cold, which the
hmm
amount of people that are posting, like, here was so and so's inauguration when it was 22 degrees. Here was so and so's inauguration when it was fully snowing. I remember when Obama got inaugurated the first time, and we'd been to a bunch of
Mhm.
parties and stuff, but we didn't go. Or did we? I've been downtown for one inauguration parade, but it wasn't. Maybe it was that one. Maybe it was. I can't remember. I
Mhm.
think it was. Hmm. Maybe it's George Bush. I've been downtown for one of them. Anyway, I can't remember.
Mhm.
My husband's old office used to have a great view of the inauguration parade route.
Mhm.
I think it was George and Laura Bush, and they were like walking in front of the cars and stuff. And I remember thinking, like, that doesn't look safe.
That doesn't look safe at all.
That scares me. And I think maybe I just saw the Obamas on TV, but I can remember how cold it was, and he got up to do his speech and didn't have his overcoat on. And they
Mhm.
showed JFK also getting up to do his speech with no overcoat on, and it was like 12
Mhm.
degrees or something.
Mhm. Well,
So it's cold, but no need to move it inside. But for those who came to town for it, and lots of people do, no matter what side you're
mhm.
on, people like to come and see it, just like 4th of July, the fireworks. I don't get it, but okay.
Right.
They come to see it, and there's lots of people in town. So those people will not get to see it. They'll have to watch on their TV. So should have just stayed at home.
Bless.
Bless. Well,
Bless.
TikTok went away, but it came back.
Oh my God. That was so literally last night when we got home, we were
Mm.
driving home and I said, oh my God, it's really gone, James. And I was the equivalent of a girl who had a boyfriend who really wasn't her boyfriend. And that guy found out that I was stalking him. So like that he blocked me on everything. And I keep going back to see if he unblocked me. That was me last night with TikTok. And James is like, stop. It's like gone, Keisha. And I'm like, well, let me see if I turn my phone off and yeah, it
If I
totally was like,
reboot my phone, maybe
I
it'll
know, it's
come
like, let me
back.
reboot my phone and he'll be back. Yeah. I was going through it.
Well, I was watching it, and then Bethany went on live, and Spencer Pratt was on live, and then they did
Mhm,
a live together, which was pretty interesting because he did say that for anybody that he reached out to that was famous, that he knew
mhm.
personally, to be like, "Hey, will you post a video with Heidi's music or encouraging people to
Right.
stream it or
Yeah.
whatever?"
And
Every
people
single
are.
and people did, and
Yeah.
he was like, but he reached out to Alex Cooper of Call Her Daddy, of which he's been on that podcast,
Mhm.
and she said no, my house is full of displaced people. And he was like, I'm a displaced person.
Indeed, he is.
And he said, and she was like, no, I don't have time or whatever. He goes, so she's number one on my shit list. And Bethany goes, who else is on your
Right.
shit list? He goes, that's it, just her.
Damn.
So he says, if
Oh,
TikTok comes
wow.
back, she is FUCKED, you know.
So you know who's really been pumping up? Like, all the celebrities are doing it, but someone who's like keeps posting videos about, downloading Heidi's music is
Yeah,
Flavor Flav,
I know, I saw that.
which is the funniest shit. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay, he's trying to be the new Snoop.
yeah, because people are mad at Snoop right now too.
hmm hmm
Now I know a story about that person we just named that I won't say his name again. That's a alleged story, but it did happen, and my friend did see it with his own eyes. He worked at
hmm
a music studio back in the day,
hmm
just like
Oh, I
basically,
remember you told me about that
uh
guy.
huh. And
hmm
he's a podcaster, and he people could use their context clues to figure it out. But he said that he fully saw Snoop and another guy and some very, very, very young teenage girls just going at it like on a conference room table.
I mean, here's the thing. We see this version of Snoop that we love, America's grandpa. This
Hilarious.
motherfucker was in street gangs and shit. Like, please don't forget that. Like, was a total thug. You know
I
what
th
I mean?
Yeah,
So
and I think it's real interesting. I've it's so funny because I'm just like, "Okay, well, you guys, this isn't gonna end well." And I'm sorry to say, but, like, just this one story my friend has from literally being, like, the night check-in guy for musicians who were coming
yeah.
in to use the studio space. He has
Mhm.
a story, and he got nothing to do with nothing. And I was like, "Yeah."
Wow.
And it worries me because I think a lot of people are gonna be disappointed because it's all the Martha Stewart of it all and everything, but we'll
Yep.
see. Somehow it's been kept quiet. I will say also,
Maybe
Dave
not much longer.
not much longer, people are gonna get mad.
Uh-uh.
So Dave
Mhm.
Chappelle, did the Saturday Night Live, he was the host this week, and
Ooh.
so you do it I mean, he's on it a little bit, sort of in, like, the skits, but mostly you're there for his monologue because it's incredible. And
Mhm.
he just comes out smoking, gets on a stool, and, talks.
Mhm.
And, oh my first of all, it's so good. It's always so spot on. It's always so funny. It's always so offensive, but you can't be offensive because
You can't be yeah,
it's
it's
true.
well, and it's comedy, and it's true.
And
Yeah.
it's everything he's saying is true. He was really good, everybody. And he was like, all my friends, this was his main joke towards the end. He said, all my friends are saying, like, "No, so how come every single person was at these Diddy parties, but you didn't go?" And he
Mhm.
goes, "When I tell my friends I never went, I was never invited, they all look at me like, they don't believe me." And
Uh-huh.
he goes, "But I gotta tell you, this is a hard way for me to find out that I'm ugly because everybody got invited but me."
But him.
He goes,
That's
"Or actually,
really funny.
maybe this is a hard way for me to find out I have look at this face. Not only is it ugly, but it looks like a snitch." And then he was imitating. I'd be over here in the corner like, but he's like
Oh, can you imagine him?
pretend like he's like whacking off at the same time. He's like, "I'd be over
Oh
here
my god.
watching, but ooh, I'm gonna tell." Because he was like, if Carl Winslow from Family Matters got invited and I didn't,
How the fuck does that happen?
but it was funny. And so, I think Dave Chappelle would be the first one to be like, "Yeah, I went to some of those parties." That's
Yeah, he would tell the
yeah,
damn truth.
yeah.
Yeah. He would do a whole comedy special on Netflix about it.
He was so funny. He was talking about during the debates and
Mhm.
as of today, our president saying that people in Springfield, Ohio, were eating the dogs and eating the cats. And he
Yes.
was like, "That's where I'm from."
Oh.
And he's like, and what I just did at that time to support the Haitian community, which is a big Haitian community there. He's like, they're there, they're immigrants there, they're legally
Mhm,
there, they are paying their rents, they are opening
mhm.
restaurants, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, so what I did was I tried to go every day for like 10 days to a different Haitian restaurant spot to be like,
Okay.
it's okay for me to go there, so it's okay for you to go there. And then of course he's like, "Now I don't know what that food was, but Keisha, this shit is so funny." He's so funny.
I will have to watch it because he is the first and only comedian that made me laugh so hard that, like, I tinkled a little bit of pee.
You paid a little,
'Cause
yeah.
yeah, he's just so like, I couldn't breathe. I was laughing so freaking hard.
He's
So,
just he's
he's my
just
favorite
so
comedian.
he's just so smart. So you gotta go and watch that monologue. He does other couple things that are kind of, in the show, but the monologue was the best part, and he brought it all together at the end, and I won't spoil that because it was very much of, like, people, like, were on their feet because he
Oh,
brings it
wow.
together about, how we have to have unity and just because it's this president or that president,
Yeah.
and he brought it all back to, like, the jokes and everything, and, it was really, really, really good, and I was sad that Dave wasn't here to watch it with me. He's out of town, and
Oh,
that's our one thing we watched together, Saturday Night Live,
Saturday Night Live. I
and
haven't watched that show in, like, forever.
we do not miss it. We do not miss it.
Really?
Yeah, we watch it live. We sit in the bed and we watch it. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Right
Okay.
now we've got 2 to catch up on because the other one was while we were in Jamaica and we
Right.
were the kids and I were too busy getting drunk by the pool and Dave was smoking a cigar watching us, so we didn't watch it.
I loved Anna's post about it, especially one where she's rapping and you're just sitting there, like, eating
Girl,
tea and crumpets or some shit you were over there doing.
like, girl,
Your kids, like, rapping and dancing, you're just like, "Okay, that's my child."
do you know that the kids have been trying to teach me how to do the floss for like 10 years? I can't do it. My body
It's
will not do it. I can't do it. I physically
it's
can't do it.
Just give it up. Don't worry about it.
So we had a lot of drinks at dinner one night and came home, and John tried to teach me. He's a pretty good teacher. He was really like, okay, this, okay, no, keep your arms straight. Do this. And I was like, I'm going to do it today, tonight. And Dave just laughs every time. And if I ever want to make Dave laugh, like if I'm talking to him, I'll
You
just
try to
start
do
trying
it?
to do it. And he's like, please
Oh
stop.
my
It's so embarrassing.
God. That's pretty fucking funny right there.
Yeah, it's pretty funny
Imagining
because
you trying to floss.
yeah, I can't do it. I mean, I'm a pretty bad dancer in general, but if it's something
Okay.
that choreographed that's like a 1 2 1 2,
You
I
can't
can
do
do it.
it.
I
Oh, you
can
can
no,
do that.
I can usually get it if you show me the
Hmm.
moves. I can do it.
Not
Maybe
this.
I should take up TikTok dancing now that it's back.
Hurry up because we don't know. Here's the thing, everyone's super excited that it's back, but put two and two together.
Mhm,
Like, this was a move. You know what
mhm,
I mean? Like, just
mhm.
keep that in mind. So
Yeah,
be happy for right now.
yeah, I'll be
I'll say
happy
that.
for now. I got so many
Yeah.
stories I'm following. I'm only on part 2. I'm like, "Wait, what's gonna happen?"
I was traumatized. Do you know how much stuff I repost that I get off of TikTok?
Yeah.
I was like, what am I going to do? Like, this is how am I going to know about how much coconut coke to take every day? How am I going to know this beauty secret?
How
Where
am
are
I
my
gonna know where to
recipes?
find my dupe bags?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
we really have been educated by TikTok, which is scary in a way, but I mean, it's just the truth. We
I
have.
sent my friend Sarah yesterday something from TikTok, which was this girl showing a way if you get like super cold fingers all the time or your toes.
Mhm.
There it's called something. It's called Rainier's disease or something. It's
Yes,
something.
it is. Uh-huh.
Anyway, my friend Sarah has it. Her little fingertips are always like ice cold, even in the
Yeah.
dead of summer. And I don't even know,
Ooh.
toes hadn't even fallen off yet. But she showed this trick where you put your hands out like side to side like a duck, and you put
Yeah.
side by your side. I can't stand up and show you, but your arms are straight down, and then your hands are flexed to the side,
Mhm.
like you're doing a dance move, and
Uh-huh.
and you do your shoulders, and she says, and you could feel the blood like shooting to your fingers.
Oh, really?
And so she said that is something that, like, professional skiers taught her, and she lives in Denver,
Interesting.
and then she goes, "I don't know what the equivalent for your feet is, but when I figure that out, I'm gonna be doing it." Yeah.
Little waddle or something like that. Little platypus walking around.
I was trying to figure that
See,
out. Yeah. Look,
we need TikTok.
I sent it to my friend Sarah. She goes,
Ooh,
"I'm gonna try it." She's like, "'Cause I'm starting to wear, gloves to the grocery store when I get in the produce department because my hands get so
'cause it's
cold."
so cold.
I
Oh,
know. I
bless her
know.
little cold fingertips.
I know. I was like, "Don't touch me. Ooh." Um All right, you guys. And so today, when we record this is Sunday, and I pushed this recording back a couple of hours because today I'm going to be doing visual aids. I did it this weekend with
Mm,
Amy, and now I'm like, okay, I can do this every time. If we're doing video, I could put up visual aids.
okay.
And I
And I have
also,
no idea what they are, you guys, so I'll be just as surprised as you when I see
you
them.
don't know what they're going to mean. And then I also have a
Nope.
new sound drop that I'm going to drop every time I need to clutch my pearls, and it sounds like this.
Wow.
There was some wild moments in that episode.
There's
Yeah,
some
quite a
Clutch the
few.
Pearls moments, and I might need to find a better sound drop for Clutch the Pearls, but this is what we got because I was already running 2 hours late, so,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so let us talk about Love During Lockup, season 5 episode 56? Question mark?
Mhm.
Is that what I don't even, is
Mm,
the
mhm.
name of the episode was Dickmatized, okay?
Okay.
So, just go with that.
We'll go with that. That's good enough.
If they had this show, well, we say this all the time. I wish they had this show on YouTube or like Peacock does the unedited versions where you hear all the cursing.
Mhm.
It would really help us a lot because sometimes I don't know what the hell they're saying.
Well, that's interesting that you said that because I keep seeing like on Reddit and that unfiltered group that people are watching it a day before on YouTube. It drops the day before.
Weird.
I don't know if it's unedited or not, but yeah, they're like, oh, they're already talking about the episodes before Friday because it drops on YouTube. So
But is it like WeTV that's dropping it? I can't
I
imagine
have no
so.
idea. I have no idea, but a
Because
lot of people are doing it.
they sent the screeners and they threaten us with lawsuits if we even say anything that happens like before.
Well,
So
they haven't
mm,
found out what's going on, but it is indeed going on. And surprisingly, my nosy ass has not asked, well, how do I access this? But yeah, a lot of people are doing it. Yeah.
yeah, and so we're going to talk about Tia and Rob first, but actually let's
Mhm.
talk about the upsetting post we saw in that Facebook group. It's like Love After
Mhm.
Lockup Unfiltered, guys. I think is what it's called. Unfiltered is like all
Yes.
cap, and you better
Mhm.
be gird your loins and
Wow.
clutch your pearls
Yeah.
before you go in
Like,
that group.
if you're sensitive, don't even bother. Just
Yeah,
don't do it. They talk about kids. They talk
let,
about old people. They
let's
don't
talk
give a
about your
fuck.
looks, your
They will
weight.
cuss you out. I don't ever comment on anything. I'm like, I don't need these motherfuckers coming after me today
Mm-mm.
because I'm trying to keep my thugnificent down, like down, down, down. And I don't want it to come back out. So I look and I don't judge. Yes.
Well, there was a post on there that allegedly this girl, I guess, said that in Bayshore, New York, whenever Rob got out of prison, that she was staying across, and she was like, "I can't believe I saw this on my TV because I was staying in the room across from this. And I saw all these people there and the camera crew, but they said they wouldn't say what they were filming. But now
Mm-hmm.
I know." And people are like, "Oh," and then she adds, "But I got to tell you, in the middle of the night, I heard him out there beating her ass, and she looked at her peephole and said he had her by the neck and pushed her back in the room. Saw him the
Mm-hmm.
next morning and everything was smiling and happy." Now that's what it said allegedly on this group, that this woman. Now, all sorts of people wrote like, "Okay, so if you saw this happening and you did nothing, you called the front
Mm-hmm.
desk, but by then they've
Yeah.
gone back in the room, the front desk can't do anything.
Yeah.
Why didn't you call the police?"
Okay. So in that person's defense,
Mhm.
I probably would have called the front desk too.
Me too.
Yeah. That's what I would have done. Like, y'all take care of this. This is what's going on.
I wouldn't
I
want the
don't
police to
want to
come to
be in
my hotel room door and
exactly.
then them know that I'm the one. Yes.
Exactly. Who called?
Right.
I'm like, you guys, I'm letting you know, whatever you guys choose to do with it, fine. Don't let them fucking know it was me. Like,
Mhm.
I don't need him come over here choking me with his fine ass. But yeah.
So, yeah, that's what is alleged in that thing, and people were like, "I don't think so. She was with this terrible guy before. I can maybe it happened, but I can't believe she would be smiling the next day," or
Well, then I
so
told you what I saw.
what?
It was in the same group. There was like a video clip. It's like Tia is on live, like a shared live
Okay.
with the other two T's. What is it? Her cousin and his sister,
It's Toya
Toya.
something. I can't remember.
Yeah, the two T's.
The 2 T's.
The two T's. And I can't make out what exactly was going on, but it alluded to, it was very, very quick. It alluded to one of the T's saying something about like Rob not being with her or being committed or something like that. It was super quick. And then you got more so of what she said, well, that's not what the tattoo on his hand or something like that says. And she had
Hmm.
like big attitude. So I don't know if they're together
So the
or
one of the
what.
T's said it, and the other T was like, "Well, that's not what his tattoo says." And the
Well,
married couple.
yeah, no, Tia goes, well, that's not what his hand says with my name on it.
Got it. Okay, okay.
So yeah, who knows?
So
She's
all
hypnotized
3 T's were on live.
on live. Yes, separately.
Mm,
Yeah. So I
that's
don't know.
that's that's a mess right there.
I'm gonna have to peep her IG page.
Okay.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
have to do some
Yeah.
snooping.
Sometimes you can figure it out
You can figure it out.
if they haven't
Yeah.
gone through it close enough. Yeah. Sometimes you can just
Yeah.
look at the tags and like, "Oh, she tagged him and he's behind those
hmm
pictures," or yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
You guys, Keisha and I are gonna open a detective agency. Yeah.
I'm telling you. I don't. You know. Let's just do it. Why not?
Ingrid can be in it. She's real good at like government
She has
records and
to be
things.
in it.
I know you love her.
Like
You love her.
we'll be like Charlie's Angels.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
in the middle because I'm the youngest.
Are you the youngest? Are you
Mhm.
younger than Ingrid?
I'm 45.
Okay. All right. She's 48 question mark.
hmm hmm So I get to be in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where you can put me? You can put me on a walker on the side. Just give me a cane.
We might.
Okay. So Tia and Rob. All right. So Tia and Rob in the car. He says, "Oh man, I can't believe it. I'm really free." And he's just staring at her. And he says that the dogs are barking to show you how much they don't like this either. He says, "Ass looking good, titties looking juicy. I just want to grab her. I ain't gonna something blank."
Mm. I don't know what that
Wow.
means.
I don't know what it was,
I don't know
but
what it was either.
but
Sometimes
I
we can make it out, but other times it's just like, huh?
mm-mm.
What?
Because when he says, "I just wanna grab her," I thought he said, "From the front, beep," but the closed captioning said, "I just wanna grab her. I ain't gonna beep."
I ain't gonna what?
I don't know.
What can he not?
Mm-mm. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
So instead of the C word that they're using here a lot, I'm gonna use the acronym See You Monday.
What's C word? What? Who said the C word?
The C word that they're saying here several times, which the acronym will be See You Monday. Instead of see you next Tuesday, see you Monday. I
Uh,
hate that word. Hate. And I
but
will
what
not.
about just jizz?
No, 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 Keisha. No, no,
Okay.
Keisha.
I was trying to help us both out.
No, you didn't. You made it worse. All
Uh-oh.
right. So they go into the hotel and Tia tells her daughter Nyla, she's like, okay, stay with your aunties here so we can go bone real quick. Just stay with
She's
them.
like pushing this child. She's like
She's
kind of
like,
pushing. Like,
nah, no, no,
no.
go, go, go.
Yeah.
So in her talking head, she cries. She says she just really loves him. It's the phone relationship is a fantasy, and then boom, Mr. Perfect falls into your life. You just can't believe it.
Hmm.
He didn't
I
fall
just,
into your life. They opened the doors and let him out.
yeah. They pushed him on out and they gave him paperwork too. He's all yours. It's like you adopted a puppy.
She is Delulu.
She
Delulu.
really is. And I'm starting to like her less and less and less. Like after that car scene from last week with all that kissing
And
and
the kid
and
and
the
the
kid,
kids right there.
I'm like, girl, stop.
Mm-mm.
I don't care how good looking he is.
And he is good looking.
He is good looking. Yeah.
Um, so they get to the room and immediately he puts the dog Kingston outside. Now I have had a request for uh a dog wig court for Kingston. Um
Okay.
now you and Amy talked last week and I heard
Uh-huh.
it. And
Yeah.
I agree with what you say. Kingston did not consent to that hair dye.
He should have at least let the dog at least pick their own color.
Right.
Let them pick the color they're going to use. But I mean, he looked adorable.
I, I'm not into dyeing of the dog's hair.
I've
And
never
it
done it.
and it really looks if your dog has super white hair like that is kind of the only way it looks good because it's really the
Yes.
only way you can see it. But the dog looks ridiculous, and I think the dog cannot be taken seriously looking like that. And if somebody comes to your door and a blue dyed dog is barking at you, you're gonna be like, "Well, I'm coming in to take all your shit."
Well, usually those dogs are the ones that will bite the shit out of your ankles, though.
That's
He's
right.
like, don't let this blue fool you. This blue, this crip blood, this crip right here. This all crip. This blue. Don't you see this blue? Don't you see this blue? So yeah.
Oh,
He had a
Keisha.
little thug in him. But I
Oh.
know he looked at like when they shut that door, Keisha was like, ain't you brand new shutting doors around here like you paid for the room? Like greatly offended.
I was offended for Kingston,
I was too.
and then
Why
later when the
couldn't
people,
Keisha go with them? With the other people?
yes, it should have let Kingston stay with Nyla.
Yeah, I agree.
And then another thing is like when the people are banging on the door, poor King's just on the other side of the door with his tail wagging, like, oh, somebody's gonna
Yeah,
come and talk to me.
I know, right? Like, please, someone open the door. Open the door. Spray some Febreze before they come in. But please open the door. Come in. Come in. Come in. It was just a. It was that was odd. The whole
Justice,
thing with them was just odd. It really
justice,
was.
justice for Kingston.
He didn't take a
So
bath or nothing. They
I
just
know
went
that I
straight
know,
for
I
it.
know, I know.
Scrub the prison smell off,
And he never,
please.
we never see him take one, never.
No.
And so he says, so you want me to strip for you? And she's like, okay. And she is licking those braces just like nonstop. And they're hugging, but you could tell like he's hugging with her and stuff, but he could tell he doesn't even want to kiss her or anything on camera. He is trying very hard to
Okay.
make sure it looks like they're just sort of hugging and no kissing.
So I kind of peeped that, and then I read some other people were talking about it, even from last week's episode when he got out. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if he doesn't kiss her correctly because they're on camera.
Hmm.
Because whenever he kisses her, it's like out of obligation, it seems like.
Yeah,
Like, he never closes his eyes.
because he's looking. He's like, "Uh-oh." Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm kinda like, is it the cameras or is it her?
I think it's cameras.
I guess we'll see.
We'll see. So, they tell the cameras to go, and she's like, "All the way out, all the way out." They kick the
Mhm.
dogs out. They kick the dog out. They kick the camera out. And she's in her talking head. She says, "Oh, it's been 2 years since we've had sex, and I'm gonna be so upset if it's not on point." Now, this is where we saw, and I saw this on that Facebook group too. She had a vibrator in the den next to
Mhm.
the remote. It's in a box. It says +1 or whatever
Yeah.
it said. It's just right
Yeah,
there.
I just feel like if my dude just got out of prison, we don't have a need for a vibrator.
And I don't know if she's like, "Let me show you my toys," but I mean, keep it in your suitcase or put it in the drawer or put it in
Or
the
just put it in
bed.
the fucking room. Put
I
it in
mean,
the bedroom. This was,
crazy.
like, out in the
Yes.
front.
Yes.
She's
Yes.
weird.
So 20 minutes later, it says, everybody comes boom, 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 knocking on the door. I said, "It's Toya, the other T. I can't
Mhm.
remember her name.
Nope.
Toya, Rob's dad, Gordon, Rob's brother, James, and his buddy Quincy, Rob's brother's girlfriend, bunch
The
of kids.
baby,
There's a
another
baby.
kid. Yeah, the whole like, this is what remember, when we first got introduced to them on the first episode, this is what he said that he wanted. He's
Yeah,
like, "Look, on the first day, I want to be around my family." Now, I didn't think it would be in a hotel room. I thought it would be like a gathering at someone's home.
me too. Me too.
But they packed in there like some sardines.
It's a nice hotel room, though. I mean, it's big. But what was
Yeah.
weird too is that the bathroom was in the den part and not in the bedroom part, which was
Hmm.
weird.
I didn't
Did you
even notice.
notice that? Yeah, because when they're standing
No.
in the bathroom talking,
Uh-huh.
um, it's in the
One of the
den.
TEs comes in there
Yeah,
calling them nasty. Okay.
yeah, yeah. Well, you knew they were being nasty. Give them 20 more minutes,
That's what I'm saying too. Unless Rob like was like, "Give me 20 minutes and then
and
y'all
then
can come up."
come up. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, and this is in her talking head when she says she's stigmatized, and it was,
Mhm.
whatever. So everybody piles in the room, and she's like, "Oh my God, everybody's staring at us." And he's like, "Yeah, it's like a walk of shame in here." They're in the bathroom, which is off the den, like I said. And he says, I need to wipe off my face."
Yeah. Oh my God.
Wow.
And Toya goes, "Y'all are nasty, nasty, nasty." And then he
You
goes,
gotta get that beard cleaned out. You don't want to walk in there smelling like it what you've been doing. Gotta clean it up a little bit, Mary Payne.
in 20 minutes, they got all the way there in 20 minutes. Like, you just think it would just be a wham bam.
Well, he spoke about his expertise in this department and how he can quickly get everything done.
Yeah,
Ain't no
as you
minute man's not wait, whoa,
whoa,
wait.
sorry, wrong guy.
Did that say ain't no minute man's
It
over
does.
here?
That's what it says. Yeah.
He has been in prison too long.
He says, this is a slide. It says, "Ain't no minute man's over here." And he says he has tricks to make sure he
Yeah.
doesn't finish, is what I think he said, but they bleeped it.
Mhm, mhm.
And he knows how to make it work so he can enjoy it. And he's just glad everybody's there to see him. He's so happy.
He's not very cute in that close up.
I don't understand really any of this. Okay. All right. So I don't understand. In 20 minutes, he finished her off, but
Mhm.
didn't do it himself. And it was like, no problem. It's fine. I-
There's
This is
so many things I could say, but let's just move on.
okay. All right. That just doesn't sound like any man I know, much less one that literally just got out of prison.
Yeah, unless he just did a lot of things in the shower before his release that he just got all the
All the
what do they
juices
call
out.
it? All the juices out, all the
Hmm.
seeds out, all the devil out, whatever.
Or
But
as
still,
Joe Gorga would say, get the poison out.
that's what I was looking for, the poison out. But
Yeah.
still, like when you get something you haven't had in 8 years,
Hmm.
I mean, you should want to do that.
Yeah. Quickly get it over with.
Like, yeah, you should want to do that, but not be okay with not. I don't know.
I didn't understand.
They're and he seemed perfectly fine and happy. He seemed more happy about them coming over and breaking up what was going on in the bedroom than anything else.
I know. I know.
Mhm.
So the girls talk inside and he goes outside. He's like, "Let me look at this view." And so he's with his friend and his brother, James and Quincy, and the dad, Gordon, is there.
Mhm.
And she says, she's talking to them and they're like, "Oh, glad you got that over with." She's like, "Oh, Lord, I'm so glad. Sorry, I'll interrupt." And they're like, "Ew,
We don't
TMI.
mix it
Also,
now.
where's your
Yeah.
daughter? Quit talking about this."
Mhm.
So she's saying it's going to take about 2 hours to see Rob once he paroles to Brooklyn. She says to and fro. So I don't know if that means 1 hour there, one
An
hour
hour,
back, or
yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
And she just wants to spend quality time with him. And these people need to go home. Is what she's saying.
Well, damn, like they want to see him too. Like they knew him before you knew him.
They've known him since he was born. So you need to just chill.
Yeah, chill. I mean, y'all still have the nighttime hours.
Yeah. And because it doesn't seem like it's like one of those things where you got to get to parole within 3 hours, or sometimes we see that.
I
It doesn't
haven't
seem
heard
like
them
that.
mention. No,
Mm-mm. So everybody's eating, and he's like, "Oh my god, I miss a chicken bowl. That's like the thing I miss the most," which looked like a Chipotle to me.
Uh, uh,
You,
uh.
that is John's favorite food,
I
Chipotle.
can't stand that place. It's
Do
disgusting.
you like Moe's?
I don't think we have that here.
Welcome to
Never heard of
Moe's.
it.
So
No.
when you walk in, they scream at you, "Welcome to Moe's." You're
Mm-mm.
like, "Oh hi, okay, hi." It's a lot.
No.
Um, Taco Bell.
Yeah, we like Taco Bell. Something that's close to the Chipotle, we have Freebirds.
Ooh.
Like you have to have 250 tattoos
Oh,
and colored hair to work there,
got
and
it.
like gauges in your ears.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
That's how it is to work at our vet. To be a vet tech, you definitely have to have huge gauges
Here
in your
too.
and tattoos all the way up your neck.
Here too. Yeah.
That's what I told
Mhm.
Anna. I go, "These are your people. I don't know why you're not working there." No, I'm
They
not working
are.
there, girl. Okay. So Tia goes in and she just gets in the bed in her clothes. And
Girl, like
she's like, "I don't want to
that's
see all
so
these people.
immature.
It's so rude." And she
It
says,
is.
I want to be his number one priority and it's pissing me off." Okay. Well, you're immature.
You're
Okay.
not. That's not off to a good start.
It's not off to a good start. All
Mm-mm.
right. So Kate and Hunter and
Mm.
Kaleigh. I always forget about Kaleigh. Kaleigh,
She's forgettable.
bless her. So Kate's in the pool. I guess it's like at her apartment complex or whatever. And he calls and he goes, "What are you doing?" She goes, "I'm in the pool." And he goes, "Ooh." This is the same thing he does every single time. Like Kaleigh calls and goes, "Guess what I did today, baby? I got an engagement ring." And he goes, "Ooh." He always says that.
Because he's a cornball.
Yeah, I think that's
He
right.
really is. He's like king of the simps. He really is. He is. Like everything about him says simp to me. I'm just saying.
Oh, that's so good. Here they are. Let's see. There they are.
Now, someone posted pictures of Kaylee from 5 years ago in that
Uh-huh.
group. I don't know if you saw it or not.
No, I gotta go look that up.
Totally different person.
Okay, you mean like different hair, different size, different look, not so many tats, or what?
All.
All of it. Okay.
Yeah, she was like Kate's size. Her hair was longer. I don't think I saw as many. Like she wasn't in that tattoo phase yet. Looks like a completely different person.
Interesting. So how
Hmm.
old is she? She's only 27. So
Yeah.
maybe, she's going through something. Okay. So he says, in her talking head, she goes, "We had a problem, but as usual, we're just so adult. We solved our conflicts." And it's interesting when they showed her doing the horseback riding and she's talking to him on the phone saying, like, "You need to get rid of these prison girls." And he goes, "I'm going to."
Right.
Her hair was like all the way down to the middle of her back, but now it's like kind of short. So I don't know if those were
I've never seen
extensions.
it long. They had to have been extensions because her hair hasn't been long anywhere else.
Yeah, it was like her ponytail that she had because she's turning to the side and they were showing her talking on the phone. I was like, "Whoa, that hair is
Okay.
long."
It had to be extensions.
Makes me wanna have long hair, but then I know I
She
don't wanna
probably
take
got them
care of
for
it.
her horse.
She probably did. She was like, "I'm going horseback riding. I have to match with my horse. I'm
Let me make
so I'm
you.
I'm so broke, but I have a horse."
Yeah, that
Um,
bitch isn't broke.
uh-uh. So
Mm-mm.
she says she feels so relieved and so happy that he's gotten rid of the writer prisoner girls. And he goes, "Oh yeah, me too. Yeah, right." So anyway, listen to this. One of these women that I was talking to jumped on my prison buddy's tablet and was like, "Hey, do you know this guy?" Now, how would that happen?
I have no
How
idea.
would that woman just find one of his prison friends and jump on his tablet?
I mean, unless
He had said the name and she looked him up on Write a
Maybe.
Prisoner, like, it would be a
It has to be
process.
something like that. Yeah. But
Or
when
she was on one of
look,
those Facebook groups where you can find the other inmates' girlfriends or whatever.
a scorned woman can do a lot,
You're right. Good
and
point.
she seems pretty pissed off. So
Yeah, you're right. So it was like, "Do you know this guy?" Meaning Hunter. He's a real piece of shit. I hate him, and I'll put money on somebody's books to beat him up. Okay. And she's like, "What? That is crazy." She says, "I am furious. Like,
Mhm.
if you're a sugar mama and you're paying to play with someone who has that much time on their hands, why wouldn't they think that you're also playing with somebody else? Like, don't threaten my man." I was like,
Girl.
first of all, girl, quit bagging on these women. This was your
Yeah.
idea. And
Yeah.
you don't like how it turned out. And I don't like how she's constantly tearing down these women when she's
Mhm.
no better.
Well, here's the thing. She tried to be a pimp, but she wasn't even a good pimp.
No,
Like, if you're going to be pimping him out, you need to know is that who he's talking to, her Facebook information, her name, how much money she's sending you per month, all of these things like that. She just let him run amok. No, like if you're going to pimp him out, go through with being a pimp, but she didn't,
she should
and
be
now
like
she's all
also,
upset.
yeah, she should also be able to log into that account and see who's writing him and
Exactly.
everything. Yeah, she shouldn't have
Yeah.
left it up to him.
Of course, she's simple too.
Yeah. So she's like, "You need to tell someone in authority immediately."
And
And,
he does. He
and
should
she,
have done that like as soon as he saw it.
she says, "There should be charges against her for intended assault on you. You should take it very seriously. Like, if they act like a stalker and quack like a stalker, they're a stalker. And if they act like they intend to harm you, they intend you harm, you need to treat it like that. You need to take it seriously." Okay,
And
love
he's
you. Bye
not.
bye. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Kisses. Bye bye, baby. And they hang up.
Both of the girls are something else. Like part of me was thinking like, did he break it off with Kaylee and Kaylee is doing this?
That'd be
That's what I
great.
thought at first
That would
until,
be great.
that would have been hilarious. Yeah.
That would be great. So the talking head, he says he does know who the girl is. He's like, "This
Oh.
chick has been on and off my tablet since I started this, write a prisoner thing, and she's jealous. She's a little firecracker, that's for sure." Sounds like he likes
Well,
her.
here's my thing. It's like, how do you know she's jealous? Because she thinks that she's the only girl that you're talking to.
Right.
So how would she be jealous?
Well, she's jealous now because probably that other prisoner was like, "He's got so many women. What are you talking about, girl?" You know.
Nope,
But
nope.
if you
Give me
talk
some
to
money so I can get
me,
some ramen noodles.
if you
Right.
talk to me, I'll be your only one. Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, I agree.
And he says, "Look, when it comes down to it, it's my karma for scamming all these women." And he says, "Everything has gotten so out of control. And I told Katie I would break up with these women, but I can't bring myself to cut it off with Kaylee. I just love her to death. And I don't know how much longer I can keep this lie going." But he's like, he's
Yeah,
smiling
he's
ear to
just
ear.
cute. Yeah, I can't tell if he really likes Kaylee or not. I think he likes her freaky side.
Yeah. But I mean, he's already said, he's like, "Kate is like mature and what I need. And I've already been with her on
Yeah,
the outside. So I know what I'm getting. And Kaylee just likes to have phone sex." I mean, yeah.
yeah, yeah. She's younger than
And
him.
she's
She's
younger. Hmm.
she's very freaky, and she sends him money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so now Kate is going to talk to her lawyer about the woman, reaching out and threatening him.
Hmm.
Um, let's discuss the open briefcase, the
Hmm.
piano behind him.
Hmm.
This, first of all, this is not this man's desk. Nobody's
You
desk
don't
looks
think
like
so?
that. No,
Hmm.
no. Where are his
Okay.
file
All right.
cabinets? What are we doing here? I don't know if this is like the
Um,
conference room that they set people up in the office or what, but
I don't. To me, it looks like old money. Like he
mm,
comes from a family of attorneys. That's all they
um,
do. It,
you just think that
yeah.
because he had a scarf on for no
There's several
reason.
different things. The pianos, like I seriously thought whenever she asked him questions, he was going to answer them with show tunes, playing the piano while he's answering all the
I hate to
questions.
give
I
you
mean,
this
I was
bad news.
waiting for that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I was waiting for that. I mean, that would have made the goddamn episode right there. Like, why
Or at
have
any moment,
piano?
he was going to stand up and flip it around dramatically. "Good day, sir."
Something, yeah, something. Like he just gave us hair. Like I don't know
He,
even what that hair
it
was.
was a look. It was a
It
look.
was a he
He's,
tried too hard.
it was very groovy. He was very
Yeah.
groovy. So anyway, his name is Austin. So she talks to him about Hunter, and Austin says, "Okay, well, I'm looking here. He's done a lot of work. He's done HVAC. He's done classes, so he does have a lot of good things here that a judge would work with him on. But he's had some infractions. He had one this year. This was, and he says the date, but they cut that out so we wouldn't understand the timeline. Says, "Oh," and she goes, "Look, the women, he was talking to a woman. She exposed herself to him, and then they went back and looked, and all the women were exposing themselves to him. Can you believe that? These whores."
No, your boyfriend is the whore.
It makes me so mad that she's putting all the blame on these women when
Of
she is the
course.
one that set this up.
She's just one of those girls. Always finger point and blame it on the girl. Always.
She goes, "I put him on this writer prisoner website so he could have sugar mamas, to get money in
Mm-hmm.
there. And so he had 6 to 8 of them. And here's why I'm here, because one of them threatened him. And like, I need to know what I could do about that." And he goes, "Hey, look, it doesn't look great for him that he was doing this on purpose to get money out of
Mm-hmm.
these women. And his current girlfriend helped set
Uh-huh.
it up so that he could scam the women. So you can see how that looks bad."
He kind of read her for filth a little bit. Like he really told her about herself.
I
And I
loved
was here
it.
for it. Yeah. And you can tell they know each other.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause he
Yeah.
was
So
like,
I was like,
"And yeah, and you're the one that did it,
mm-hmm.
so not looking so
Yep.
good for
Mm-hmm.
you either." And
Nope.
she goes, "No, it doesn't feel like a scam because it was up to the women to determine the terms of the relationship, and there are sugar baby sites out here." And he goes, "Right. But in those cases, it's, very defined and it's very
Yes.
transactional. But with
Yes.
these women, they probably did think they had a real relationship with him,
Mm-hmm.
and they do think they were defrauded. So if I was you, I would rethink that." Which
Yeah, you might want to let this one go.
I also loved that he said that. Let's see. Let me show you
Yes.
what he says here. He says, "She needs to think through the morality of the things that she's done."
Mm-hmm. Yep. And she has not stopped to do that at all.
Mm-mm. He says, "We can certainly help him get out early, but it's going to help by not having any money, any more of these sugar mama relationships." And then he says, "I'm worried Kate is in a relationship with a career criminal. She needs to think through the
Yeah,
morality of some of the things that are happening. And even if you don't care about a person and you think they're an idiot, you don't have the right to take advantage of them. And she should
that's true.
meditate. She should meditate on that."
And she looks like she likes to meditate and do her yoga and stuff. But like he broke it all the way down. Yeah.
And when he says to her, "This person, you may think they're an idiot, but you don't have a right to take advantage of them," they literally
Mm-hmm.
show a picture of Kaleigh. They literally flip to Kaleigh going into her lawyer's office.
Both of
That's
his
just
women
that is just wrong.
are at attorneys' offices over his stupid ass.
And then he says, let's see, what's the thing that he says that is so good? It's not here. Wait, where is it? Where is it? Oh shit! Oh, I didn't get it. Basically, the best slide that I thought, which doesn't coming up. Oh, because I did the same one twice because I'm stupid. Okay, is what he says is the best thing he says, which is I'm removing that. Okay, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
And he is a stupid prize.
I gotta say, we made fun of Austin for what he was wearing and his piano in his office, but
Hmm.
he had some good points.
I think he's been like the best attorney that we've seen on this franchise.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
need to meditate on it and you need to think
Yeah.
about the morality of what you've done. And if you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. And he's a stupid prize. So
Yes,
um
he is.
now we see Kaylee meeting with her lawyer, who seems to be also very legit. Very
Yeah.
legit.
And expensive.
Expensive. Here's her. Here
Yeah.
she is. Um, so this beautiful woman, she's sitting there listening to this, going, "I can't believe I have to listen to this." Her name is Arsha Shah.
Exactly.
And she says, "I'm trying to help out my fiance, baby Hunter, because I call him baby." Um, and so he is got some of his rights taken away because we got in trouble for getting a little
Hmm.
naughty on the prison cam. He lost his privileges, like he has no video visits, so in person visits, and he got 30 days added on to his schedule. And I want to help get those 30 days off. So this woman goes, "I can help you. It's going to be about $15,000 for me to do that." And she's like, "Wow, wow."
I would have
She
been, nah, bro. You gonna go ahead. You gonna have to take one for the team and go ahead and do those little 30s. You'll be all right. You'll be all right.
He's already been in there X amount of years. 30 days doesn't
What,
fucking
30
matter.
days. Exactly.
And also, he told Kate 30 to 60 days. So he doesn't even
Yeah,
know.
he's playing like he's I don't know if he's playing like some really good game or he's just really stupid.
You play stupid game, you get stupid prices. But then she says, our finances are a big part of our relationship. And I have to show him that I'll hold him down and that he's worth it. No, girl, he's not worth
No, you
it.
don't. Not at all.
No.
Not he can't even follow the fucking simple prison rules. How do you think it's gonna be in the real world?
She says she has spent $5,000 to $6,000 on him. And she knows that that's a lot of money, but when he gets out, he's going to pay her back tenfold. This is part of her commitment to him as a partner.
Yeah, and that's why she's going to antique shops trying to find a fucking wedding dress.
I mean, when she says, "Oh gosh, I just lost my whole entire presentation." You guys, I'm new. I'm new on the presentation. Don't get mad. Here,
You're
I got
doing
it back.
good. You're
I
doing
got it
good.
back. I
You're
got it
doing
back.
good.
Okay, sorry.
You're doing good. You're doing good. You're doing good.
I'm new. Anyway, it's interesting, right? She's like, part of my commitment to him as a partner is to give him money. I've given him $5,000 to $6,000. When he gets out, it's going to bless me tenfold.
How?
How? How?
When?
He's going
How
to give you
quickly will it start?
$50,000. He's going to give you. Is that what you're saying?
Never. Never. Mm-mm.
And then
But
she's
she's
like,
stupid enough to believe that shit. Like, what job does he have set up?
she says, "Look, I know you like this guy, but I don't want to be in a situation where he's taking advantage of you." Well, that's what's happening.
Too late.
Too late.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, let's move on to Jakeema and Donny. Remember last week she had just gotten that like a ticket. It was like a ticket in the mail
Mm-hmm.
saying like you being fined for this, that, and the other for dealing drugs in prison, basically. And
Right.
she had called the prison. They were like, Donny who? Don't know him, never seen him. He's not here. He
Yeah.
said, call you later. Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Um, so she goes to a dance class with her friend, Amira. Amira. This is a new friend. Amira seems fun, full of energy, supportive. She's a dance teacher. I liked her a lot. Liked her a lot.
Polar opposite of Jakeema and
Yeah.
her upside
Ooh,
down face, like
ooh.
ooh, all the time, just like, oh my god, like, can you at least smile a little bit? Like, even when
Upside
she's
down.
around her kids, she doesn't smile. Like, she just hates everything.
Yeah, she does. She's in a bad
Yeah.
spot. So, Jakeema is all mad because she reminds us that he was moved to another prison and she was taken off the visitation list and he has drug charges. She says it's just
Yep.
like a triple whammy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she talks to Amaya, who says, "Look, I'm so glad you came to the class. I'm glad to have a new friend. I'm glad you came." And
Yes.
she said, "What's going on with Donny?" And she says, "Well, he's out of the hole, but I haven't talked to him in a few days. I don't even know why. I don't even know where he is." And then they
Right.
do some twerking and dancing. And I was fascinated by the teaching of the twerking. I was like, "Oh, that's how you do it."
They that's how you do it, but I still can't do it.
No, I can't even floss.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to start slow. Start slow.
No, I got to start with the do the shag, like you do it at weddings. I can do
Yeah,
the
I can have
electric
twerking all.
slide.
Okay, there you go. There
I
you
can
go. There
do
you go.
the, one song 3 times, whatever that one is.
Okay, because they give you the directions like the whole
The whole
time
time.
during the whole song. Yeah, I
Yeah,
get it. I
I
get it.
can
I get
listen,
it.
and I can stomp 3 times, slide to the left, slide to the
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Twerking, I cannot do whatsoever. And I want to know how to do it so bad.
I
I
thought it was
just
a pretty
can't.
good explanation that she was showing her because part of it, I think, has to be like you have to be in almost like a crab push-up position.
Yes, you do.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and I think the
Yeah.
people that can just stand and twerk are special, like
And
Chantel.
and and they're like strippers too.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Also, did you
Hmm.
see Chantel now has a girlfriend?
So is that true or not?
I
Because
don't
like
know.
I know they like work together.
Mhm,
So I'm like, are they really good friends? Are they girlfriends? Because she's been spending a lot of time with Chantel and her family. So,
mhm, mhm.
and then I also heard there's a rumor that there's another season. I was going to ask you about that.
Oh, well, there can only be another season if Chantel's got a girlfriend now, because otherwise it won't be interesting. Or maybe they'll put her
Ooh,
on a single life.
child.
I don't know.
Okay.
No.
We'll be watching.
I got her number. Maybe I should text her.
You should.
She won't tell me anything. She'll be like, "Who? Lose my number." All right. So, Donny calls and she's like, "Oh, hey, what's up? Where are
Mhm.
you?" And he goes, "I'm in Neok." Okay, so I looked up Neok, which is like Northeast Ohio Correctional. It is
Okay.
3 hours and 36 minutes from Dayton.
And
I
that's where
think,
she's at.
I think where she was before was like 1 hour. It's pretty close. Um, and she
Ooh.
goes, "So how long are you going to be there?" He goes, "I'm not sure. 8 months." He has no idea. He could be there for 3 years.
Not yeah,
He
he
didn't get
does
to
it.
say
Yep.
8 months.
And he may even know the truth. He just lies all the time. Like he just everything out of his mouth to her is a lie.
Yeah. And he goes, 8 months. She goes, 8 months. And he goes,
Mm.
I don't know, maybe give or take 3 years. I don't know. And she says, I need to know why my name is in this thing that I got and why my Cash
Mhm.
App is listed in this thing. And why are you in this thing? Something regarding drugs. And he
Right.
says, I have no idea. I am trying to figure it out. All you're doing is receiving rent money, legitimate money, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing to do with illegal stuff. Everything is right with me. I would never put you in a situation like that. Never. And just because I'm here for drugs doesn't mean that's my life at the end of the day. Nothing to see here. Move on. If you're recording this and listening, it's nothing to see. Nothing to see.
Even if you didn't record the whole thing, make sure you got the part when I said I had nothing to do with the drugs and I was just sending her rent money.
Mhm.
That's right there. That's
On a
what we need
legitimate
recorded.
Cash App. It's
Yeah.
legitimate.
You can stop recording right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she goes, the main part is that my name is associated with something with drugs. I have kids. I don't play with that. Like, I don't play. And he goes, I'm telling you, I'm in love with you and I love you. I would never put you in that situation ever. Now,
Lies.
Keisha, when I tell you that is gonna have to be, this is just what they should. I am telling you, I'm in love with you, and I'm in love with you. That should be the poster for all these shows. That right there,
I
that
agree.
screenshot.
I agree. You're absolutely right.
That's
Yeah.
they just he's just lying.
And she's and as angry as she pretends, like I think she's quite annoyed, but she ain't going anywhere.
No, she's like already
No.
moved. For
Yeah.
some reason, it took 1,500 to move and $1,600 in snacks,
Snacks and
gas.
the traveling trailer that she had and the elephant that she had in tow all needed like $1,600 worth of snacks and gas. Makes no sense to me at all.
Mm-mm. And maybe
No.
she had to say those particular numbers because those 2 particular numbers went into her Cash App.
Oh my god.
Don't you know? You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Because we still got to figure out who's part of the biggest scam on Lalu history.
Oh,
Remember? We still got to figure out which couple is scamming us and scamming the producers and the whole show.
we don't have that many episodes left.
We don't.
Let me
We
see.
don't.
Let me look over here at my. Okay. So that episode came out on the 17th.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we have just 2 more episodes until the that new show starts, which we'll talk about at the end. So in the next 2
So
episodes,
only
we'll have to
two more
find out.
episodes?
Right? Because if the new show starts February 7th and it's a standalone show replacing this show,
I
then
just
that episode came out on the 17th. So then we have the 24th and the 31st. And then the
Mhm.
next Friday is February 7th.
That was a quick season.
Yeah. Well, Love During Lockup is always faster because there's just people on their phones. You know what I mean? Hardly anybody ever gets out. Um,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
all right. So anyway, I was like, they should just make this the poster from here on out.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
I just am in love with you and I'd never put you in a bad situation. So in the talking head, now this was interesting. He says, I've been stereotyped because I once was a drug dealer, but that doesn't mean that's who I was my whole life. I graduated high school. I went to college. I tried to get a job, but every job overlooked me and I had to figure out something fast. And dealing drugs was the fastest way. It was the wrong way, but it was the fastest way. So when you
Well,
hear
he should have
that,
went to
you feel like, oh, poor
he
thing.
should have went to like extermination school because he looks like a fucking ant. I think he would have thrived there. He missed his true calling. He did. There's still hope. I think you can learn that kind of stuff in prison.
And what if he had like his bug kill van and his like faces on the side of it, like in like the
And,
exterminator outfit, but he was dressed up like an ant?
yeah, because that is what he looks like is an ant. He
Perfect.
really does. Yeah.
Perfect.
Mhm.
That's perfect.
We just solved all your problems when you get out of prison, Donny. Here's the career. Here's the logo. All you got to do is buy the truck and the equipment. Everything else we've done for you right there. You're
You're
welcome.
welcome. You're welcome.
Hmm.
So she says, "Is this going to get you more time?" Well, obviously, she got a
It's
thing
so
in the mail
simple.
with like a fine and like a written piece of paper saying what he did, and they moved him. Obviously, he's getting more time.
And she needs to be worried about is she going to have time?
Yeah. And he says, "It might not get me more time, but I'm definitely not going to get out early." And she goes, "So what's that? What does that mean?" And he goes, It's just like 2.5 years." And she's like, "Okay, so I'm supposed to stay in Ohio for 2.5 years. I'm not doing that." And he goes, "I'd love it if you would." And she goes, "I can't even visit you now. So you being over three
Right.
hours away doesn't even matter. I need some time to process this. I'm so irritated with you. I don't even want to see your face." And she hangs up on him, which we love. We love a hang up.
Girl, you need to be planning out your packing situation and getting the fuck up out of there.
And explain to your
You need
children that
to go
that is not
home.
their dad.
Yeah, that was disgusting. I didn't like that.
So production asked Donnie, "So were you why is that so hard to say? Procuring drugs inside the prison?" And he goes, "No, I did not do anything illegal." And I can't talk too much because this is a recorded line, but I don't want to tell Jakeema the whole story right now.
I'm sorry, man. Payne. These freaking squirrels out here keep getting my attention. They have gone straight thug. He's literally on top of the feeding thing, standing up, holding the handle up.
You've got to get James to take a picture of that. That's hilarious.
Like they have just been, there's three of them on our bar outside because I
Okay.
haven't fed them today.
You're just like Katie of Katie and Kimberly. I told you she feeds the possums and the raccoons, and now there's
Yeah.
like a raccoon possum family of 12 living on her back deck, and she's fine with it.
Yeah. That would make me die
That's
right
what she
there.
does every day. She's like,
And
she has names for them. Yeah.
yeah, like I know the squirrels. Like I know which one is the kingpin because he
Hmm.
like sits his fat ass right in the feeder and makes all the other ones sit at the bottom. And
Right.
we've got the birds and everything. And then I told you about the whole square up, like it was WWE a couple of weeks ago
Yeah.
between James, Marvel the dog, a possum, and a raccoon. Yeah, but this is too much that they're doing right now. It is just straight up disrespectful right now. Like I am coming. I'm going to feed you. Like I know snow may be coming. I got y'all. This is too much. They've had the handle, the scooper. It is on the ground right now.
I need you to really take some pictures of this and make like a montage.
They are
And
something
then make a
else.
montage of it all empty and then being all around and being angry, and then show us what it looks like once you put food in there.
Now he's in the chair. He's sitting in a Cabela chair right now.
He's just like,
One of them.
"I'm just gonna sit
This,
here till you're ready." Yeah. I'll
yeah,
wait.
okay.
I'll
Yeah,
wait.
yeah, clearly. They listen to the show. It
Um,
drops Monday.
okay. So Jakeema runs out of the dance studio and she tells her friend that, "I'm so mad. He's gotten moved 3 hours away." It's really almost four, girl. Just do some
Yeah,
quick
yeah.
Google. And she says, "He got moved 3 hours away and I just want to move back to Dallas. I gotta move." Now it is a 17-hour drive from Dallas to Newark. I looked that up. And so 3 hours is closer.
Well, you didn't notice something, and I cannot believe you did not notice this.
Maybe I did and I chose not to say it. What is it?
Okay, so number one, she's like, "Yeah, I'm going to take this class. My kids are at school." Well, why are you not at work, number one, with your marketing job?
Uh-huh.
And she says the kids are at school, but when she goes outside,
Mhm.
which by the way, it would have been funnier if she would have ran outside twerking. Like that really would have been full circle for the
She can't
scene.
run and twerk. She just learned how to twerk. She can't do both.
I've seen women do it, and it was nighttime.
It was nighttime.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah,
So,
so are they at an after school program or are they at
hmm,
karate class?
hmm,
Where are they?
hmm, I don't know. Who
How old are they?
knows?
7? They're too young to be at home alone.
They're
This
probably trying to call their kinfolks to come pick them up. Look, before we start this new school in this totally new place, can you just come get us so we can start back at our old school on time with our friends and shit?
uh,
Like, mm-mm.
true.
Mm,
Um, all right, let's move on to MJ and Willie and
again.
Ami, I guess. So 4 weeks until Willie gets released. Now, MJ is in the car and she's on the phone with Ami. He calls her. This is her ex-husband.
Mhm.
And he
Mhm.
goes, I want to rekindle something. I'm going to come looking for you. And she's like, she thinks he's hilarious. You could tell she's
Yeah,
so smitten by every word that
she
comes out
is.
of his
She is.
mouth.
But I think she loves attention, period, from a man.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Why would you say that? You're in a relationship and I'm in a relationship. We're not going to do that. I'm not going to come find me. Because I didn't come here for you. I came here to see my mom, see my family."
And then she immediately dropped her pen.
She is so like beside herself, giddy talking to him.
Mhm. Mhm.
And then her talking head, she says, "I don't even know when I saw his name. Why did I even answer the phone?" And she's just giddy. And she says, when I talk to him like that, it's like that's the person I fell in love with. That's the person that makes me laugh. And he knows how to make me laugh. He knows how to make me mad. Ami is my weakness. We were together for 13 years. But she says they got divorced because he had such a bad habit of smoking and drinking and partying. And when she signed the divorce papers and left Utah, she never looked back. Well, you looked back last year when you banged him when you came home. What are you talking about?
Yes, you did. You also have not blocked him or
Right.
anything like that. You keep answering the phone whenever he calls, and you're going about this the whole wrong way.
Totally. And she says, this is throwing me off. I'm excited to hear his voice, but I want to be with Willie. Do you?
Hmm.
Do you?
You want to be with whoever's on the phone right then and there. That's who you want to be with. Like,
That's a great point. That's a great point.
yeah.
Um, and then let's see, I'm trying to find her. Here we go. Here she is. Um, she says she knows he's going to be a good protector. Okay. So, anyway, did I miss something where she said she's going to stay in Utah? Because Willie calls and he's like, "You want to stay in Utah? You say you want to stay in Utah for your mom, but I think you want to stay there for your
Hmm.
ex." And she's like, "That's not true. I don't even think of Ami. Girl, you talked to him
You
5 minutes
just got off
ago."
the phone with them. But we still don't know where Willie is in prison at.
No, we still don't know that.
We have
It
no
must
clue.
be
So we don't.
it must be near San Diego, right?
I
Is
don't
that why?
know.
We don't know.
We have
Uh,
not a clue.
oh, and also Bunky reached out and explained to me what wholesale real estate is, and it's something
Okay.
about like buying up houses that have had bankruptcy or been taken over by the bank,
Hmm.
and then you buy them at a super low price and flip them. That's what that means.
Okay. All right.
Um,
That's good.
and they said it can get a little murky as far as
I think I saw that. Yeah.
legality. Yeah.
I was like,
Um,
okay, Jen Shaw Jr. from
right.
Utah.
And he says, "I want to be your family. So you don't have to stay in Utah. You need to make up your mind." And so that's why I'm like, did I miss something? Did she say she's staying there?
I think I remember her like debating, but under the guise of I want to go take care of my mom.
Right.
But really you like the Utah dick that's there.
Yeah. We're just the one.
That's what
Yeah. But
I'm
she says
thinking.
he's in a relationship too with somebody else.
Like I said, I think she needs male attention. But now that I'm thinking about it, the girl probably has daddy issues because her dad has 35 other children. So she probably did not get a lot of attention from him.
One would think, because we don't know if she's number 2 or number 34.
Not a clue. Not a clue.
So in her talking head, she's like, I've just got so much going on. I have to decide what to do. I've got so much on my plate with my mom and all of this stuff. And, being in Utah, being in San Diego. Then she gets out of the car and runs into the house and throws herself dramatically on her bed like she's praying.
Yeah. I She is an odd little duck.
She says to production, I think Ami and Willie are just part of MJ trying to hide herself from MJ. Or why? Wait, what?
What?
Huh?
I think you
MJ,
need to see yourself.
MJ trying to hide herself from MJ. And she says, because Ami loves me and Willie loves me. And I feel like I just want to be loved by anybody. And
We
I
can
just
tell.
need, yeah, and I just need to think some things through. And I need some time to myself. And then she cries and closes the door. Um, but then let's see, what is this slide of her? She's such just a terrible
Oh
picture.
boy, that face right there. Oh my God.
I didn't mean to take such a terrible picture, but
Ooh.
that's pretty funny.
It is terrible.
Um, okay, so her brother, Fingy comes over, and I had to remember this.
And
Sounds like
he's cute.
finger, but it's Fingy. I think both of them were baked out of their minds.
I don't know, but he was really fucking cute.
He was cute, but they are just laughing so hard about nothing. I was like, "Oh, and she had on a weed shirt earlier." I was like, "These two are baked." So,
I can appreciate that.
I mean, it's fine. So they hug, and she immediately starts crying, when she sees him. Now,
Mhm.
when she says my brother,
Mhm.
does she mean from the same mother, or is he number 33 and she's number 4? Like, we don't know.
We have not a clue. We don't know if her mom had gave birth to 36 children. Um,
No, that would be a
we
TLC
know that didn't
special.
happen.
Mm-mm.
But no, there's no half brother. Which I mean, I don't say half brother with my brothers either. But
Yeah,
I mean, they didn't all grow up in the same damn house.
it'd be a real big house. It'd be a compound.
A
So
big ass compound.
we need to know more. So
We do.
she tells Fingy, she's like, I've been here for 2 days. I took mom to radiation. And then Ami called and said he misses me. And he laughs. He's like, you're still on that.
Yeah, he was a little bit shocked. Like, I cannot believe you're still talking to this guy. Like, why?
Yeah, you're divorced. And she goes, I don't know when he calls me. What's it about? Is it about control? Like, I don't know what it's about.
Mhm.
And then she tells us that she and Ami were growing apart the last 2 years of their marriage. And they went to a family function and he got super drunk. And when he gets drunk, he turns into a different person. And Ami knows that drinking is her weakness. And she's trying very hard not to drink at that time. And he was just putting it in front of her face. And it shows that
Mhm.
he's not supportive. And with that, she was done. So I guess she was trying to get
Okay.
sober and he's flaunting it in front of her and she felt that
Right.
way. Whatever. There was got to be more than that one event,
Of
but
course.
that was the straw. So not the straw in the drink, the straw that broke the camel's back. So Fingy says, so what are you going to do about Ami when Willie gets out? And she goes, I don't know. Why? You think maybe I'm using Willie to get over Ami? Like, I don't know. And Fingy goes, I don't know. When you see Ami and you talk to him, you're just gonna, what are you gonna do? And he goes, I'm gonna talk to him like a big girl. Like, we're grown. I can talk to him like a big girl. And I mean, once Fingy knew that he had called her, he was like, girl, you
Because there's
can't.
no reason for them to be talking.
None, none.
None.
So her talking head, she says, this is when she says, I know Willie will be a good partner, a good protector, and a good father. And that's
Well,
just what I need. How do you know that?
let's talk to his ex-wife. I would like to hear what she thinks about all that protection and being a good father, because he can't do none of that shit while he's in prison.
Yeah, I didn't understand. And she says, and I just have to tell Ami the truth. Well, Ami
You
knows
don't
that
owe him an explanation.
Ami knows you're in a relationship. You just said he's in a relationship. So you just have to tell Ami nothing. Say, stop calling me and block the number. Easy.
Simple. Yes, it is. She don't want to do it though.
She don't want to do it. So she tells
Mm-mm.
Fingy, I love Willie and I want to stay with him. And even if he says no, I'm going to force him to stay with me. I'll follow him until he stays with me. And Fingy's like, you're going to get together with Ami. I know you are. You can't brush 13 years under the rug. She's like, yes, I can. Yes, I can. I'm not going to get with him. I'm not going to get with him. This is why I think they're baked because they're laughing really hard through this very serious conversation.
I mean, they were. Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna have a serious conversation, you might as well be a little bit high.
I mean,
Make it fun.
they were giggling and rolling around with pillows.
Yeah.
So
And here's the thing. They didn't even get high together. He came high and she was already high.
totally. Oh my God. All right. We will end with Sam and Krystal. So every time they put up 7 years until release, I just laugh so hard.
Because it's hilarious.
I just think that shit is so funny. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And for everybody,
Mm-mm-mm.
anybody who needs a reminder, this is what they look like. Um, and that sort of does look like him, but that these
His appearance is declining with each episode. Like he is morphing into a totally different person.
it's interesting, right? Because these pictures, and we see it here on. I'll show you another example. His picture, just like is the prisoner picture, is so airbrushed.
I don't know why.
Why are they doing
Why
that?
are they
That's weird.
doing that?
Because the picture's such bad quality, they have to AI it. I don't know.
I mean,
So
they're in fucking prison. We don't expect a high quality picture. It's a
yeah,
mugshot.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
so 7 years until release, which is funny every time. And he says he hasn't heard from Krystal in over a day. It's very upsetting. Like he doesn't know, is she talking to somebody else? They're married. Don't forget, they are
Right.
married. He says,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if she's talking to somebody else or is she in
Mm-hmm.
isolation? It could be 100 horrible different things. I'm wondering. And he has talked to her every single day more than once for 4 to 5 years. And for her
Holy
just to
shit.
ghost him today on parole day seems contrived, which is a good point.
That is. Mm-hmm.
Today's the day she's eligible for parole, but they won't know for a while until what the actual hearing date is. But she's eligible for parole. They have to wait. So,
Okay.
and this is the one thing he's been looking forward to for 4 or 5 years. So he's in his Jeep. He's going to check on Rita. Now, I keep looking for that gear shift that you talked about. They haven't shown it.
No, I don't think I saw it.
I keep looking for it now that you said it looked like a personal massager.
Yeah, it looked like that thing that was on Tia's in Tia's hotel room.
Yeah. um, so he goes over to Rita's, and I gotta say, whenever we see Rita's house from the outside and Rita's house from the inside, I'm like, the math ain't mathing. These do not look like the same things. It looks like it's being shot in an Airbnb for sure. Remember
It
when you
just
brought
looked
her
a little bit.
groceries? There was nothing in there.
Well, remember it was all C stuff,
Right.
all
But
C decor.
this week, there wasn't any of that stuff.
Hmm.
I don't understand. I don't know. They're tricking us. They got an Airbnb and then they couldn't re-up the Airbnb, so they made her
So
shoot
they
in a different
switched it over.
place, and then they're
Hmm.
shooting just the outside. I don't know.
Yeah, they're playing us for pickles.
Hmm.
Like we're not gonna, like Mary Payne's not gonna catch on.
It bothers me every time.
I know it is.
So he's in the car and he goes, yesterday I got off a 24-hour shift and it's a 6-hour commitment to go back and forth to see her. And so we see him on the phone. Okay. And this is where I have to interject because they zoom in on this tattoo. Okay. I'm going to show it to you here. It says CRM 114 because they zoomed in on it and stayed on it for a minute.
Is that
Okay.
like crime 11-4?
I don't know. So I looked it up. Here's what we found out. The CRM 114 discriminator is a fictional piece of radio equipment in Stanley Kubrick's film Dr. Strangelove.
Okay.
This particular radio equipment, it's something about prevents the destruction of a crew of a something about the hydrogen bomb, blah, blah, blah. This device is one of several that malfunction in the film. And what's interesting about that is they go on to tell us that CRM 114 appears in all of Stanley Kubrick's films, including Eyes Wide Shut. Like it's a theme in his movies, right? This particular.
And clearly he's a big fan.
So I bet he's a big fan. Now, somebody else pointed out that he had on his tattoo that said CWB, and that stands for Crazy White Boy.
He's such a dork.
So the crazy
he wants to be cool so bad.
The Crazy White Boy, the CWB, unless the person was talking about this one, which I don't think they are. I think the one they showed said CWB. And that person said CWB is like a gang, like a white supremacist prison gang. CWB, Crazy White Boy.
But he's never been in prison.
Not to our knowledge. But you know how they do on this show. Sometimes they spring shit on you at the last minute. So just kind of be on the lookout that he's got these tattoos and none of these tattoos look professionally done. That looks like shit, that tattoo.
No, that looks like a total prison tattoo.
That looks like a Lauren and Faith tattoo over there on
it looks bad.
It looks bad. His one that says Krystal looks pretty good, but the rest of them don't look so good. All right.
Okay. Yeah. Just keep in mind, we still got to figure out who the scammer is, which
maybe it's him.
Everything's looking quite suspicious right about now.
Yep. So, all right. So she's, okay, wait. Okay. So she gets on the phone. This is where he goes inside. And no. I think this is out of order because he says he hasn't talked to her. Okay. So yesterday got a 24-hour shift. He has a 6-hour CRM tattoo. Okay. So now she's on the phone with him. Okay. This is him with Krystal. And she's saying,
well, you missed the Rita.
I know. That's the whole thing. That's where I got confused. All right. So he goes to Rita's. Rita says, have you talked to Krystal? And so I don't know why my notes got out of order because I got so excited about my slideshow that I messed up my notes. But he goes to Rita and she's like, I did talk to her. I talked to her today. He's like, you did? And Rita's like, yeah, she's mad at you because you didn't go because you said you were tired. And he goes, I had to work a 24-hour shift and then it's 6 hours to go there. Like I couldn't do it.
That's not even safe for him to drive.
No.
After a 24-hour shift.
And, and then we see a clip of her saying to him, "I need to know hell or high water, you will always come." And he said, "Well, I'm glad to hear she's okay. But I'm upset because like she knows my schedule. She knows how hardcore my schedule is. I wish that she
Right.
would give me some leniency and understanding. The lifestyle that she has in prison is because of my job. It's like our
Mm-hmm.
job."
Yeah.
And he goes, "And there's things in life." And Rita goes, "There are disappointments in life. You have to roll with it. That's right."
Yeah.
And
She's yeah.
he says, and what she doesn't understand is my visit too. If I missed it, it's my visit too. And Rita goes, "You were just there." And he goes, "Yeah, I was there
Yeah.
last weekend."
Yeah. Rita's got points.
And, um, he says, "She expects too much out of me and she's not forgiving, which is ironic since she's incarcerated."
Mm-hmm.
He says her
Sam.
he says her
He's
behavior this week is not like her. I don't know if something's going on. So then Rita goes, "Well, do you ever wonder that she could be talking to somebody else?"
she's so
Uh,
messy.
And she goes, "And Brittany's back." And he goes, "Who's Brittany?" "Oh, Brittany." So we find out the backstory with Krystal and Brittany. They weren't necessarily like in a relationship, but they were girlfriends in the prison together. And then
Mm-hmm.
Brittany got released and then she did something, reoffended, came back. So Sam tells Rita, she goes, when Krystal first got to prison, she had a real girlfriend, like a legit relationship, not just hooking up. You could tell Rita does not want to hear this.
Well,
Rita,
what grandmother would?
yeah, that's right. And she goes, it was a real relationship, like a wifey thing. And, it's possible she could be home and be like, "I fuck this dude. I don't want to be with this dude." And Rita goes, "A lot of the girls are gay for this day." It's hilarious, grandma using these prison lingo.
Uh, yes, it
"A
is.
lot of these girls are gay for this day." And he goes, "Yeah, but some are gay for the gay." And
Mm,
and he goes, "I don't know if that's what's happening." He goes, "Just let her know to call me. Just let her know. If there's some drama in the prison, she needs to work it out. Okay, bye."
right.
Um, okay. So anyway, he leaves and he says, no, but see, now this one, I think he leaves, and that's when I messed up my notes. So he tells production that she has to understand for us to make it work. And if she wants money on her books, I have to go to work. And
Right.
if she is let down or told no, it's the end of the world. And he says things are difficult. I think this happened before, but it's okay. He said things have been difficult between us. She's stressed about prison drama, parole. She's a ball of thorns. She requires a lot of attention. And she has been in serious relationships with women, not just sex, because she was craving the attention. She's lonely. And I do wonder, my mind wonders that if she's seeking solace with somebody else, you guys are married.
She shouldn't be
Married.
doing anything with anyone else.
He says lately another girl has been pressuring her to go on a prison date. And if I
Oh,
find out she's doing that, I will treat it the same as if it was a man. I'm not going to tolerate cheating. And he says, I'm asking for some grace and understanding from her, and I'm pissed. Okay.
good for you, Sam.
So now
He
he
don't
leaves.
mean it though.
No, he doesn't. I mean, my God,
Mm-mm.
he's 4 or 5 years in.
Yeah, he don't mean it. He's just he's talking, he's saying all the right things, but there's going to
Yeah.
be zero action to back it up.
So anyway, he leaves and he says, 4 years ago, I couldn't imagine today parole day would come. And I can't believe it would be like this, like, that she
Right.
wouldn't even call me. So Krystal, also known as Kaleigh, on the phone for
We
some
still haven't
reason,
figured that shit out.
still haven't figured that out, calls. And when he calls, he goes, "Oh, who's this?" And she goes, "Well, who is this?" And he's kind of
See, at
smiling.
that point, I would have been like, well, since you don't know who I am and I don't know who you are, let me go ahead and hang up on this fucking call that is collecting I'm paying for. Like, don't play with me, little girl.
Little girl.
Little girl.
And she says, "Who is this? I don't know who the fuck you are anymore, Sam. The Sam I know would never
Wow.
cancel a visit. You just blew me off. You didn't care." And he's like, "Oh my God. I just
She's crazy.
I just went and saw your damn grandmother. Like, what do you want?"
Right. I
All
am
right.
not out here whoring around.
Mm-mm.
And she can see how drastically his hygiene and appearance are declining. She has nothing to worry about.
Okay, so by the way,
Nothing.
this week when they were showing him, he was like changing his sheets and stuff before he was going over to Rita's. I was like, he's changing his sheets because he and his buddy got up to some freaky shit in there.
I
Cameron,
think they did. I think they he doesn't even look like he said he worked a 24-hour shift. It looked like he was working a 48-hour shift. He looks just greasy and
dirty.
dirty and pale and just not healthy at all. Like,
He lives
what
in
is going
Texas.
on?
He could get out and get just a little sunshine, just a little.
You don't even have to stay out there long.
Oh, bless him.
No.
So, next week on, it looks like Savannah. Looks like she's talking to her grandmother. Looks like we meet her grandmother.
And all her hair. The grandmother
Grandma.
and the mom have all the hair. Yes.
I love it. They're old school. Looks like she's talking to her grandmother and says, "So, are you ready to meet Bradley?" And grandma goes, "It's never too late to back out." They're like, "We knew we shouldn't have her on camera. She's such a hater." Um,
Right. But maybe we'll
MJ
get that house tour because grandma's there.
dying for a house tour.
Yeah.
MJ meets up with Ami, and then we see her on the
Mm-mm-mm.
phone with Willie, who's like, "Are you sleeping with Ami?" And she's like, and I mean, I don't
I
think
don't
she
feel.
is.
Why does she feel the need to even tell him anything about Ami?
I don't know.
Keep that shit close to the chest.
So Tia and Rob are still at the hotel, and
Mm-hmm.
she's saying to him, "I have waited a year," and he laughs, and she goes, "And now you're laughing in my face," and he says, "Lower your tone," and she says, "Or what?"
Then that fight that broke out in the hallway that the other hotel people saw might have broke out right then and there. Maybe that was like the start of the fight.
Then we see
Which I
Hunt.
hope that really wasn't a fight.
I hope it really didn't happen.
Yeah, because that's sad.
We see Hunter tell Kaleigh, "It's not just you I've been talking to for the last couple of months." And she's like, "What?"
Oh
They
shit.
zoom in on her
Oh
face.
boy.
Um, Sam tells Krystal, "I can't take care of you if I can't take care of myself." And Krystal goes, "I feel like you're giving up."
Well, he has given up on himself.
He
Like
has.
it he looks like he needs like a day of self-care.
Yeah, he does. He's like just
He
a little
does.
day of reflection.
Hmm.
But, so talking about that, how it's going to be the biggest scam ever, never before seen in history. If we're going to get that, let's just discuss really quickly who it could be. Okay. So Tia and Rob, that just seems very straightforward, like every other situation we've seen on this show. There doesn't seem to be anything different about it.
No, I mean, he's told the truth. I'm going to be living here. I'm not going to live with you. I think he's been brutally well. There was that one confessional he did when he's like, well, Tia doesn't need to know everything.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
we've got that, but I don't think it's them.
I don't think it's them because even if he does go in parole and that other girl's there or whatever, it wouldn't be like a shock because this happens every season.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's not that. Okay. We got Kate and Hunter and Kaleigh. The only thing that would be shocking is if there's a third girl that really he is married to and he was fooling both of these girls. That would be the only thing there that could be like the biggest shock ever.
Hmm.
Or he married Kaleigh and didn't tell Kate or something, but he can't see her because they're banned from seeing each other because she's showing her junk up on the webcam.
So I do have a lounger who messaged me and said she had a theory.
Okay.
And she said, I think that Tyler, that's his name, right? I just had a
Hunter?
total brain fart.
Hunter.
Where did I get Tyler from?
I don't know.
Hunter and Katie were friends, maybe friends with benefits on the
Mhm.
outside. Then
Yeah.
he went to prison and he was talking to Kaylee. They
Mhm.
had a conversation and then they decided to make all of this shit up just to get on the show.
Mhm. That's a good theory.
Hmm.
That's a
I
good
was like,
theory.
that makes sense. Could
Because
be.
because her Instagram name is Kate from that show.
Okay.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right.
There's
So
one.
our next couple is Jakeema and Donny. And if this is the biggest scam in history, it would be that he's just been totally playing her this entire time and is using her for drug trafficking or something. But the way she acts on the interwebs,
She's all gangster boo on the interwebs.
she's all, "You guys don't even know. This is my man, my man, my man. You don't even know. It's just
Yeah.
TV." Yeah.
So we did see someone that says that they know for a fact that those two knew each other before he went to prison.
Hmm.
And that they met through like their moms or something like that. So all of this is just like really made up. Then one
Mm.
other person, which I don't think this one could be true. That one could be true, but I don't think this one is. They're like Donnie is really the kid's dad.
Well, we've seen that more than once.
Yeah. So I don't think it is though.
MJ and Willie, because they're so new to the show, and we've only seen them like on 3 episodes now.
They're too
Um,
damn dumb to even come up with a scheme.
what scheme would be there that she?
I have no
I
idea.
don't know. So it's not them. And then because they haven't been on the show the whole time, it can't be them.
Right.
And then we have Sam and Krystal. And it could be that she literally is still married to that guy and just waiting to get out of prison, using him to make it look like she's with somebody else, um, so that she can get back together with that guy because they have restraining orders against each other. But she and the guy maybe have hatched this whole plan the whole time to use Sam.
Or it could be that Sam and Rita are really in a relationship and they use Krystal to get on the show.
I don't think that's the
I'm
case.
going to go with that one. That's
Okay.
scandalous.
And
And that's
then
all of them, right?
no, we got Savannah and Bradley.
Uh,
And I don't know. I
I
don't
don't
know.
think so. Mm-mm.
They seem pretty legit. Now, guys, on February 7th, the new show is Love After Lockup Crime Story. I guess it's Life After Lockup Crime Story, actually. And it's going to have a bunch of people that are obviously in the free world currently
Right.
talking. We're going to have Lindsay and Lizzie, and we've got Quaylon,
Mm-hmm.
and we've got
Louis, Montana
Louie,
Mills
Montana Mills. We've got fucking Stan's basement girl, Lisa, with her bad
with brown
hair.
hair. She had a
Uh-huh.
brown wig on from what we
Brown wig.
saw.
Get ready for
And
wig
we
court.
got to watch the first few minutes of Lindsay's episode. It was actually pretty good.
It was pretty good. It was better, way
Yeah,
better than what I was expecting
me too.
as far
Yeah.
as like production value and stuff.
Yeah, I was like, okay, this is interesting. Okay, I can dig it.
I saw people in that group were like, "Oh, I can't believe it." She was saying she has a $4 million house, and they showed the house. I was like, "No, I think it was a $250,000 house,
Because
which was
that
a
wasn't a $4 million house.
250, which would be about right for a house that size
Mm.
in Tupelo. I don't know about 10 years ago if it would have been 250, but it was a nice house.
Well, here's the thing. If they said it in that group, we're just going to go ahead and agree with it. We're not going to try to
Right?
correct them
No,
because we
no.
don't need them coming after us. If they want to say 4 million, we're going to go with 4 million.
I did think it was. People were like, "Oh wow, she's out there talking to her kid about this stuff." I was like, I think that's, first of all, she's never really had a mother daughter relationship with her kid. And
Yeah.
I think it's okay that she's actually scaring the shit
And,
out of her.
and they're doing pretty good now because I follow her on TikTok.
Oh yeah.
Like she's just got it. She's doing really good. I mean, Miley Grace lives with her.
She got
They
her
seem to
business
have grown
degree. She
closer.
got her business degree from Ole Miss and is now getting a master's in business.
Right. So
And she
doing
was
good.
like accepted into like a pretty important business college, which is like, it's like the Trent Law Institute or something. So it's part of the business college, but that's a special program to be let into. So I mean, she's almost got 2 degrees now, so she's doing better than me.
And she's got a full-time job. And the school that she went to was not like right around the corner from where she lives. She was having to like commute. Like it was like an hour to 2 hours or something like that.
When I interviewed her and figured out where she lived versus where Ole
Mm-hmm.
Miss is in Oxford versus
Mm-hmm.
where her job was,
Mm-hmm.
she would have to leave her house at like 4 in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
um, drive to campus for like, or she drive to campus. No, she had an 8 o'clock class, drive to campus, go do her classes, then go work until like midnight, come home and get like 4 hours of sleep and get in the car and do it all. And she was doing that for like
Mm-hmm.
over a year.
Yep.
So
She's smart.
you could see where she'd be pissed if Blaine wasn't working and doing anything.
Yeah, that is true. Oh,
All right, do
Blaine.
it for us. Do some Blaine for us one time.
Lazy. Lazy.
So good.
Gotta love Blaine.
So it looks like we have 2 more episodes. So if that is the case, next week would be the penultimate episode. It would be the best one, and then the last one would be like a wrap up. But they don't always do it that way. But either way, I do think whatever it is, we will be finding out in the next 2 weeks.
I can't wait.
Some people will find out on Thursday, I guess, because
Yeah, like if it is, I'm gonna stay out of that group because I want to be surprised on Friday.
I like to be surprised too.
I like it.
I
Yeah.
like to be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
What's happening over on the Libra Lounge with Keisha? What y'all talking about?
There's a new episode out right now. We talked more Meghan Markle, the California wildflower fires, and celebrities being stupid.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about Natalia Grace.
Oh, I haven't watched that
DJ,
yet.
it's good. DJ Twitch and his wife and all the shit she's been doing.
Yeah.
And a couple of other things. So it's a pretty good episode. I
really like that top you're wearing. It's really cute.
It's an outfit.
Oh, girl.
It's from Shein.
She by Shein? She by Shein?
Yes. Yeah, Shiva Sheen.
Is
Yes.
it is
Hmm.
it a
Yeah.
jumpsuit?
Yeah.
Look at you. I
Yeah.
can't wear jumpsuits. Every time I ever get a jumpsuit or a one-piece
No,
bathing
no, I'm
suit,
sorry. It's a two piece. It's a
it's a
two piece. I'm
two-piece.
sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a two piece. Yeah.
There has to be something with my ratio for like crotch to waist as I'm short or I'm long waisted or something. Because every time I ever try to get like a jumpsuit
Mm.
or a romper or a one-piece bathing suit, it always is like
Mm.
up in my business and I can't ever get it to work. I don't know
I
what
don't
that
think
means.
I've not worn a jump one piece anything.
I always see those little rompers that are so cute that are like the denim, like one piece. And you're like, that's so cute. But I'm like, I can't, something's happening on my body. I can't.
Well, with my stomach issues, I got to be able to pull something down real quick.
Well, I wasn't going to say it, but you told me you had stomach issues earlier today. And I was wondering how that jumpsuit was
Yeah.
working out for you.
No, 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 no. No, this is a two piece, and we finally got that under control. It started last night, 1 o'clock this morning.
Oh, girl, I'm sorry.
Mhm, mhm,
Well, here's
mhm.
what I would request. I would request that you take some pictures of those squirrels going
I'm
crazy
gonna try
outside.
to.
I really want to see that. I
Well,
really
at the
want to see.
moment, I don't see any of them. So that could mean like a hawk flew by or something like that.
Well, here's what
But
the minute you like open that screen door or whatever, they're gonna
they're
come.
gonna run.
And I
No,
need
they never come to me. No, they
oh,
never come to me. Mm-mm, no. I feed them. They wait a few minutes, make sure Marvel's not coming out, and they go, and then they all come. Yeah.
okay. Well,
But
the
it's beautiful. The Cardinals, the Blue Jays will be out
oh,
there. But yeah, as soon as I get by the door, they're gonna scurry because they're afraid of Marvel.
okay. Well, I just
Yeah.
wanted to see the one that had thrown the scooper down, and the other one that was like picking up the feeder and hurling it to the ground. Yeah.
It was just, I mean, like, I'm going to feed you guys. I've been watching the weather. I know that it's going to get cold. I'm going to fill your bellies up. Like, stop. And there's a little bit of food still in the feeder. But there was this one time I went out there and I was like, there was a squirrel right on a porch near the door. I'm like, man, he's really close. But he was eating food. And I was like, well, why would he bring the food over here? Went on about my day, passed back by, and I'm like, the top is open on the feeder on the food thing, and I look, there's a whole squirrel's ass coming out of it. He's literally in the food thing eating. Like, well, this bitch ain't fed us yet, so I just go ahead and do it my goddamn stuff. I'm like, God, like they have chewed, they have done all kinds of things. They're like not really grateful. They're not
They're
like.
squirrels. They're
I know,
squirrels.
but like I'm so nice to them. Like I take time in picking up their food. Like
Keisha,
and they
you
just do me bad.
you gotta do a whole entire reel of this, and you gotta do the squirrels, what they're doing outside, how they've gotten mad, and then you gotta do it when you feed them, and then you've gotta put that, you know that meme that everybody's putting up now of the squirrel that's doing ballet?
No,
Oh my god, it's so funny, and it's like
I've
those
never seen that.
it's a squirrel it's like, you know, some major ballet, and there's a squirrel dancing around, but, like, twirling around on the stage, and it's
Mm-mm.
hilarious. 'Cause
Wow, I will
it's
have
a
to check
person
that
in a
out.
squirrel costume, obviously, doing ballet.
Oh, I thought it was a real squirrel.
No, girl, not a real squirrel doing ballet. It's a
Oh, okay.
human in a squirrel costume,
Oh,
like, on a stage doing ballet.
okay,
It
okay,
is
okay.
so funny, and it's people, you know, and it's dancing, so it's funny. People are like, you know, my dog, when I put food in its bowl and it's just a squirrel dancing around, I'll send it to you. So you gotta do a whole thing with that and put that squirrel in there. You're welcome. I just got
I
you.
want to try to catch. I tried to catch them like when we were inside and he was messing with the scooper,
Yeah,
but then Marvel got right by the windows and
they
he
got
was
scared.
gone. So, yeah, I just my feelings are a little bit hurt when they act like this.
Well, you're dealing with wild animals, and they know that it's about to get cold, and they are like, "We're gonna have to go to the
I know that
neighbors."
too. The neighbors don't fucking feed them.
I know,
I
but
feed them.
they're gonna go over to find Katie's house.
Yeah.
Katie lives in
We are Katie. Do, 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 do. And I'm like, well, you know what? Whatever.
Everybody follow Keisha. She has a podcast. It's called the Libra Lounge with Keisha. It's very funny, very
I
funny.
think so.
And you can follow Keisha also on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok if you
Hmm.
want. She didn't post anything there.
Hmm.
Instagram's
Mm-mm.
where it's at. It's at Libra Lounge with Keisha, the Libra Lounge with
Hmm.
Keisha. And while you're at it, follow me at Pink Shade Pod. I'd appreciate that.
I like her.
And you know, once again, for old time's sake,
Wow.
I'm going to come up with a better one. But thank you, Keisha, for indulging me in my slideshow today. And
You did good.
next week, now that I know that I'm going to do it, I'm going to have them in order. I'm going to have it right and tight.
I can't wait.
Okay, bye.
Bye.